friends, especially with the internet, because this is particularly like a weapon right now in the wrong hands, unfortunately, especially talking about our rivals. Right now. Well, I suppose we can begin. Maybe connection will be better within a time. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah. First of all, I would like to congratulate you ladies, Gaga and Linda, with achieving level 9 now. So, next one is level 10, I guess.
Absolutely, sir. Soon. Thank you so much for your mentorship and guidance, Dr. Beard. It wouldn't
Thank you
not
for
have happened if it was not
thank
you from day one. So thank you so much. We appreciate
us.
you.
It's all the rewards belongs to you. It's all your hard work, nothing upon me. So let's begin. Yeah, everybody are here. More than we need actually, but should be fine. So yeah, I'll try to make my speech now because maybe we should wait. But probably that won't give us anything if we
D-
just keep
n-
waiting.
No, Dr. Beard, it's good. Connection is good. We can see you. We are recording.
All
So
right.
continue.
All right. So I'd like to start with a little bit of a history of BG and cryptocurrency itself. So you probably know that over the past decade, the cryptocurrency industry has, let's just say, experienced remarkably rapid growth, right? So, and what began as a technical concept understood by only a small number of people has now become an important part of the global financial market. And 10 years ago, many people did not even know what blockchain technology was, let alone understand the significance of digital assets. However, as technology has advanced and the market has matured, so more and more people have come to realize that this is not merely a technological innovation, right? So, but the transformation of the financial system itself. So today, whether in North America, Asian markets, or regions such as the Middle East and South America, well, countries are actively exploring the development of digital assets. And more nations are establishing regulatory frameworks. So, and an increasing number of financial institutions are entering this industry. So many large investment institutions, fund companies, and technology enterprises have already begun participating in the development of blockchain and digital assets sectors. So this shows one clear reality. The cryptocurrency industry has gradually moved from its early exploratory stage towards a more, let's just say, mature phase, right? So, of course, when an industry develops rapidly, opportunities will naturally increase, but so will the risks, right? We should never forget about this. Because when a market begins to generate significant wealth, it inevitably attracts all kinds of people to enter the industry. So some people genuinely wish to contribute to the development of the industry, while others simply want to make just say money as quickly as possible by any means necessary. So therefore, in the cryptocurrency industry, we often see two different types of platforms, right? The first type consists of platforms that are regulated, are properly licensed, and built with long-term development plans. So the second type includes platforms with no regulatory background at all. So relying solely on marketing and promotion to attract just investors. That's it. So a few days ago, one of our team members sent me a message and shared something with me. He said that someone had been repeatedly recommending a so-called new project to him. So every day, they posted messages in the group claiming how high the returns were, how quickly people could make money, and even promising very attractive profits within a short period of time, of course. So at the beginning, he was somewhat tempted as well, because from what he saw in the group, it seemed as though everyone was making money. So every day there were screenshots, every day there were records of profits, and every day people were sharing so called success stories. But later he realized there was a very important problem. Well, this problem had this platform had no regulatory information at all. So there were no publicly known team members, and no one was willing to step forward and face the community. So many of the so called leaders were nothing more than a profile picture and a name. That's it. So, and after some time, the platform suddenly began to encounter various issues. At first, withdrawals were rejected and restricted, even so. So then they claimed the system was under maintenance. Eventually, the entire website became inaccessible. And a lot of people who had invested money could no longer withdraw their funds. So when he later reflected on the situation, he finally realized something also very important about this. A truly reliable platform never relies on exaggerated promotion to attract people. A genuinely stable platform is basically built over time through a solid system and real strengths and real people, of course, people we know. So later, he said something to me that left a deep impression on me. He said, "If I had recognized these issues earlier, I would not have been misled by those fraudulent projects." In fact, situations like these are not uncommon in this industry, unfortunately. So many people only learn how to judge whether a project is real or fake after experiencing a loss. So that is why I hope everyone can understand these lessons before something like this happens, rather than regretting it only after suffering a loss. So it is precisely for this reason that recently I have noticed more and more projects appearing in the market that are imitating BGL sharing. So they imitate our model, imitate our systems, and they even copy the way we promote and present our platform. So why does this happen? The reason is actually quite simple. When a platform becomes increasingly successful, there will inevitably be others who try to imitate it, right? So they see the growth of BGL sharing and recognize the success of this model. However, they can only copy the surface, while the real core behind it just simply cannot be replicated. And therefore, I would like to take this opportunity to remind everyone of something very important again. What is the most essential foundation of a truly legal and compliant project? Uh, in the cryptocurrency industry, if a platform wants to operate an exchange legally, develop the market, and recruit globally, it is absolutely impossible to achieve this merely through promotion and packaging. A platform that can truly develop in the long term must be built upon legitimate qualifications and a proper regulatory framework, right? So I can state this very clearly. Both the DSGX exchange and which we cooperate with, so and BG Wealth Sharing, possess top series of SEC from the United States of America, right? Security and Exchange Commission, related licenses and compliant regulatory framework. So I have it here now, such as this. If, of course, it regards to American market, which is not very easy to achieve, by the way. So basically, this is fundamental requirement that any truly legitimate platform must possess. Therefore, everyone should remember one important thing. If a project does not have this kind of certificate, then no matter how impressive they claim to be, they exaggerated their promotion is, or how extraordinary the returns they promise may sound, it cannot change one simple fact. It is very likely an illegal and non compliant project. So please make sure you remember that. It's all about the certificates in first place. Just like when you buy a house, right? You would like to see the papers first, right? Not just to talk to a landlord. So in this industry, many projects really and purely on marketing and promotion. They rely on that to attract people, yet they never dare to face the public openly. So basically, a platform that is truly legitimate, genuine, and built for a long-term operation will never be afraid of transparency. So you'll often notice that many so-called project founders never show their faces and never dare to hold an open live video meetings. So if you ask to have a video conversation with the suppose like CEO or someone else of this project, you will usually receive vague or evasive responses that in the end you will never actually see the person. They certainly will not do what we do here, regularly meeting everyone face to face through open communication. So the reason is actually very simple. What is false will always remain a false. So they do not dare to be public because once things are exposed to the public, many truths can be no longer can be hidden. So what? Thanks God, we're different. A different type of platform. We're willing to face all members openly. We're willing to communicate with everyone through real video meetings and transparent conversations because we believe that true strengths does not need to be hidden, right? So if you look closely, you'll notice that these imitators are copying our promotional benefits, copying our operational model, and even trying to associate their names with ours in every possible way. So why do they imitate us? In the end, it is not because BG has done so well, has remained stable and has given people genuine hope, right? So precisely because we are walking ahead other platforms follow behind trying to imitate us. So, but while it is easy to copy appearances, copying real strengths, vision, and responsibility is something not everyone can achieve. So, and to be honest, many of them cannot even imitate the appearance properly. Just to put it more directly, a platform that truly has confidence, strength, and responsibility will never hide behind a mask forever. So platforms like ours have a CEO who is willing to step forward publicly, meet everyone, and face questions openly. Then, well, that in itself shows confidence. And of course, it also shows responsibility. So, on the other hand, those who constantly hide in the shadows with carefully crafting an image yet never daring to appear in person. People should remain clear-headed about their place. We'd like to remind you about that as well. So next up. And therefore, when you are not yet familiar with a project, just do not rush to believe it. And certainly do not allow a few possessive words from others to easily shake your judgment. No matter how impressive something sounds, it will never carry as much weight as genuine compliance, transparency, and verifiable credentials, right? This is one of the most important keys, I would say. This is not about marketing things difficult for others. It is about protecting yourself and being responsible for your own funds and your future, of course. So the reason I say this thing is not to restrict you, not not to blame you, anyone. So I or my colleague, my member of BG, which it's just because I regard you as a family that I remind you again and again. Many people learn only a little and understand only the surface, yet quickly become restless, believing there must be always be a faster money or an easier path somewhere else. And in the end, they are either taken advantage of or fall into traps that were prepared long before. So, along the journey of BG, we have always maintained an official, transparent, professional, and respectful attitude towards every partner. So, we also have always placed growing. We grow together and supporting one another, right? And at the center of that's what we do actually. That's why we build those centers. So you must understand that someone who is willing to share opportunities with you and walk alongside you is already offering you a form of support. So life should not only be about personal gain; it is also about gratitude, appreciation, and the willingness to help others when you're able. So only by supporting one another can we truly work together. And also about the help and assistance others. Like, do not rush to help everybody. It not regards only to Beijing, because when a person asks for your help personally, then you help. Because I don't remember who said it, but I remember I saw maybe a movie or some. I don't remember. But he said, "Why are you saving me? I'm living here. I feel comfortable here." So some people are like this. We're trying to help because we're thinking that this is for the best for them, but we do not know actually what this person is up to. Like maybe this person is comfortable in his misery, so we better not touch it. Just like I said, choose the right proper BG material. People like us. And so from today onwards, I hope everyone will keep their eyes clearer, their minds steadier, and steps more grounded. Right. So do not be easily carried away by sweet sounding promises from outside. And do not allow temporary curiosity to make you doubt those who have genuinely taken responsibility for you, protected you, and considered you best interest, your best interest. So if there is something you need to be reminded of, I will remind you. If there is something you need to be protected from, I will do my best to protect you, because I do not want you to take unnecessary detours. And I certainly do not want you to be taken advantage of. But you have to ask about it. If you have doubts, not a problem, discuss it with me. That's, Professor, something is wrong. I don't feel that I belong here, or I feel that something is wrong with BG itself. So not a problem, we can discuss it. But the initiative is supposed to come from you. So listening carefully is not a disadvantage, and being cautious is not a weakness, of course. Truly wise people always know how and who they should walk with and how, so that they do not disappoint themselves in the end, right? Because we can only we can only disappoint ourselves on it. So think about it carefully. Many of you here have already become level 1 or level 2 leaders. You have built your own teams within BG and have begun to earn stable profits. These achievements did not come overnight, right? They are the result of your persistence and effort, step by step, sleepless nights, and hard work. So let me ask you one question. Are you really willing to give up everything you have worked so hard to build and go to another project just to start again as someone else's subordinate, to start from zero and build success for someone else, or not? Just need to think about it. Unfortunately, yes, I would like to have an open conference to talk to everyone who is raising a hand, but unfortunately, there's so many people we simply do not have, we physically do not have time for this. Unfortunately, that's the problem. That I wish to be an AI in this case. I could respond to everybody. So sometimes my words may sound a little direct, but it is precisely because I regard you as my own people that I remind you to think carefully and observe more clearly. Please Do not allow temporary excitement or outside noise to cloud your judgment, right? So today I would also like to leave you with three sentences. I hope you remember them. So, how far a person can go depends on who they walk with. How capable a person becomes depends on who guides them. And how successful a person is depends on who stands beside them. So please remark that. In life, the most important thing is not simply how hard you work, but what kind of circle you stand in and what kind of people you move forward with. So the people you stay close to will gradually shape the person you become. So, and if you walk with people who are positive, focused, and broad minded, your path will only become wider and brighter. But if you constantly allow outside noise just to keep you out of this, then you know what's going to happen. So tomorrow, you need to try to fix something if something is wrong. Please remember about this. And remember this simple truth: follow bees and you will find flowers. Follow flies and you will end up with something else. That's my grandfather used to say this. So, if you want to become a certain kind of person, you must stay close to those who already are around you, with the people who you make money with. And, well, we really hope that you feel as home at Beijing. And when you choose the right people to work with, choose the right platform, and focus on doing one thing well, the road ahead will naturally become brighter. So, many times, what I hope to see is not that you move quickly, but that you move steadily, continuing forward until the day you truly reach your own success. And today there is only one core purpose in sharing all of this with you. That is to help everyone truly understand what a legitimate and compliant platform is. And what is merely a project but built on marketing and packaging. In this industry, there are indeed many opportunities, but there are also risks, right? We all remember about this. So please do not forget about it. Now, do not ignore the risk behind it simply because you see promises or high returns, right? You may take a look, why not? It's all right to explore, but please keep in mind because there's no easy money in this world. You need to work hard. That's what I know from my experience, right? So you can ask yourself a very simple question, of course. If the project is truly as good and as profitable as they claim, then why is it that within the BG World Sharing team, your leaders, level 6 managers, or even level 7 senior leaders are not participating in it? So it's very simple. They work in this industry every single day. So they have access to more information than most people. And if that project were truly better than BG, World Sharing, so they they would have joined it a long time ago, right? But the reality is that they have chosen to continue developing their teams within BG World Sharing. The reason is actually very simple. People who truly understand this industry will always choose a platform that is legal and stable, and of course capable of long-term development, not just for a few months, and that's it. So I hope everyone will maintain clear judgment. Do not allow any moment of greed to damage their teams and networks that you have worked so hard to build. This message is directly pointed to people that know the situation about their own current situation in Beijing. I'm sure they hear me. And please remember this: there may be many opportunities, but there are not many platforms that are truly worthy of long term trust. And PG World Sharing is exactly the kind of platform that proves itself through time and real strength. And all right, that's enough about this self-advertisement. But in any case, we do know two kinds of people. That's what I wanted to discuss earlier, like as it regards to new members, right? So sometimes we meet two kinds of people: those who are quiet and those who are bragging about their wealth, right, success and everything else. But in reality, it's basically nothing. So please, you better rely on people who are actually acting, not just speaking. All right. Find the proofs, because actions are the best proof. That's why. That's why ladies love men, just because they act, they do something about it, not just saying, right? Because telling her salty tales or something like that is, of course, beautiful. But you're also supposed to act and prove yourself somehow. So, and finally, let me briefly summarize the key points from today's meeting in these three simple reminders. So when you encounter other investment projects, ask them whether they possess legitimate regulatory licenses and compliance credentials, right? So when faced with outside temptations, ask whether they are willing to communicate openly through face-to-face video meetings, conferences, and so on. And when faced with temptation, ask yourself whether you can resist the temptation and protect your wealth. So please remember this. A platform that is truly worthy of long-term trust is one that can withstand the test of time and verification. Yeah, because at the moment we started, we opened BG, there were many platforms, but I don't see them anymore. I'm not saying that they're scams or anything like that. No, because I don't have any proofs, so I do not speak about it. But in any case, maybe something went wrong. So yeah, but time passed. It proved that we are strong, capable, and professional. And this is our best proof. We, of course, can't promise you a high return that you're going to buy yourself a Ferrari next day you join us, but everything built slowly. Every solid foundation and everything like this. Even well, first you need to make sure that the platform is correct. The foundation of the platform, the house, right? Before you build a house, you need to see the ground, right? So make sure that the ground is solid, and that's it. And you'll see, you'll understand. So I hope everyone will maintain rational judgment, lead your teams well, and seize the opportunities in front of you. So even if you're planning to choose another platform, God bless you, and we don't want to step in your way, but I just made it clear to remind you, how can you make sure that your funds are safe, at least? All right. So that basically concludes today's meeting. You ladies would like to add something, just please go on ahead.